So today I'm going to be talking to you about standing strong. So that's how you embrace watchfulness in daily life. So I do lift weights, ones that are heavier than that most of the time, but how do you make yourself strong spiritually? That's physically, and that's one thing. So we need to stand strong and embrace watchfulness in daily life because there is a real danger in our prowling adversary. So my name is Judith and I'm from His Unmeasured Grace, and I'm so glad you're here watching this video today. I just want to help you stand strong spiritually. Okay, so as Christian women in a home raising children, or maybe you are going to work, or maybe you have some other calling in your life, and I want you to learn how to have spiritual vigilance, always watching, always on guard, because we have an adversary who's trying to destroy us spiritually. Maybe he can't stop us from being a Christian, but we want to remain strong. This isn't a passive posture where we absentmindedly scroll our phone on Facebook all day or wherever we are at. It's not that. And watching that we don't take in stuff that's wrong, although that's true. But what is actually coming into our home? And how are we going to, in whatever area we're in, whether we're on Facebook, whether we're on Instagram, or some other social media platform, Pinterest, wherever it is, there's ones that I don't even know about that you may be on, or whether it's what actually comes into our door when we're scrolling, looking for something to buy on Amazon or some other platform out there, or actually in Walmart, Hobby Lobby, a downfall to many of us. Be careful, because it's an active, intentional discipline to safeguard our hearts and homes from the influences, recognizing the very real danger posed by our prowling adversary. He is real. He is absolutely real, absolutely wanting to destroy us. And I have a free Renew Me Bible reading plan this month, or whatever month you catch this video in. My Bible reading plans stay available through my website, and you can get them free for whenever you feel like doing that particular study or reading plan. You can also get the Renew Your Mind and Time journaling workbook. I just finished doing it this last month, and I hope that you consider doing it. You can do it through the Bible reading plan. You can use your own spiral notebook or my journaling workbook, which I highly recommend. If you read the blog post that this is for, you will see my journal that I drew Jesus and maybe myself holding up weights, where Jesus is actually standing on the ground and I'm holding it, but my feet aren't touching the ground, to give you a true picture of how Jesus gives us strength when we don't have it. And he says, I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And that's from Isaiah 41:10, a verse that meant a lot to me this past month, any month. But, I will try to put this the picture in the video and insert it for you to see. But you'll see it a little bit bigger if you go to the blog post, which is on my website. So in 1 Peter 5:8, we're told, be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour, and you don't want it to be you. And so be like a sentinel, like a guard, like a soldier, that whatever you want to visualize in your mind. Be a mom, a wife, a woman who is guarding your home, and keep your eyes wide open. The problem is his schemes are deceptively scary. They're deceptive. They can cloud our vision. So if you scrolled if you scroll through Facebook or Instagram, lately you probably noticed the ads are just increasing. Have you noticed that if you look into something that it shows up, or items show up that might be things you didn't even know you needed? For instance, I looked into plantar fasciitis because my foot was really bothering me for several months. What happens? All kinds of sneakers show up on my feed. And then to top it off, because my doctor told me to get a certain insert, all kinds of inserts show up on my feed, both on Facebook and on YouTube. I mean, on Instagram. And then to not only then on these, this is a 3-pound thing for an ankle weight. It shows up on my feed, and I didn't know I needed some of the things. Then workouts show up on my feed. Different people selling workouts, and they show up on my feed, and they show up on Instagram. The same one shows up on Facebook, and in those. Yeah, I still had to be careful because I was looking for a certain insert. Other kinds of inserts show up, and it makes me want to buy them. Maybe this will work. Maybe this will be the solution. And Satan can use that to steal you of your money, steal you of your time. It can be in other areas that you didn't even know you needed it. Maybe clothes. And you will be tempted to buy more clothes than you need. And so that's just to give you an idea of how Satan can be deceptive. And maybe it's in some other area. That's just something that we're all seeing on social media. So be like a sentinel, be like a guard. Guard your home, guard your heart, and just realize that is one way Satan can use. Some of the stuff's good, some of the things, there's nothing wrong with them, but just be wary. Because suddenly you need all those things that you didn't know you needed. And it means being mindful of what we allow into our homes. It can be in the box that's delivered from Amazon through that ad or whatever, or some other. One time I was scammed into a pair of sneakers that were plastic. They didn't have the arch that you should have for plantar fasciitis, and you can just be spammed. And that is what Satan is trying to do to you. He is trying to spam you. And that means that you want to be watchful against the wiles of the devil and stay strong and stand strong in the Lord. So that because the enemy's tactics are cunning, often disguised in the ordinary or appealing. Matthew 7:15 says, it warns us actually, to beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. So it won't look bad. Very likely it doesn't necessarily look bad. Proverbs 8:33-34 similarly warns you to hear instruction and be wise, and do not neglect it. Blessed is the one who listens to me, watching daily at my gates, waiting beside my doors. So people no longer live in cities surrounded by walls. When I was growing up in Hong Kong, I remember seeing a walled city there, and I forget, I think it was for something, maybe prostitution, but it was a terrible place inside. Missionaries might go inside to witness to the people. But people no longer live in those kind of places, like Jericho, that was surrounded by a wall. And when my kids were growing up, I purged my home of books and media, toys, whatever, that would conflict with in influencing my children in the wrong way. Anything that came near to influencing them, just even making them want to have a certain kind of toy. And at first, the influence wasn't available. So we couldn't see these things on the influence. It didn't exist. But the internet quickly became a new door that we needed to watch for and be on guard with. So online avenues are way more dangerous than they ever were 10 years ago. So we really have to be careful. There didn't used to be ads on the internet, not anywhere near like they are today. They used to be on TV, but the ads have become so deceptive. So be careful. And we are boldly being influenced as we aimlessly scroll. It's more important than ever for women to engage in watchfulness and be on guard. Being on guard requires spiritual discipline, rooting ourselves in prayer, meditation, and the Word of God, staying in the Word of God daily, reading His Word. And that's why I have so many Bible reading plans, which you can get free through my website. And that's why the Renew Me Bible reading plan was available this month and is still available whenever you see this video. And that you can use that to renew your heart and soul so that it will help you be more on guard. So guarding your heart and standing firm is so important. Looking to Jesus is so important. To stand strong in the face of challenges, we must fix our eyes on Jesus. Ephesians 3:17 reminds us of the power of faith, that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you, being rooted and grounded in love, will help you do that. Motherhood is a call to watchfulness. Motherhood in many ways is a ministry of vigilance. And as mothers, we watch over our children physically, emotionally, and spiritually for their well-being. And we don't want them to consume the wrong things. We are careful, or should be careful, in what they watch, what they listen to, not just give them a tablet and let them go through that and go through things on YouTube. Even the children's things that they can watch can be dangerous, and especially if it's given into their hands to watch and choose what they watch. But to be on our guard constantly and watching also for the imminent return of Jesus. Luke 12:15 warns us against the distraction of earthly possessions. Take heed and beware of covetousness, for one's life does not consist of the abundance of the things he possesses. That's not the most important thing. Instead, we are called to keep our focus on eternity, living each day as though Jesus would return at any moment. In conclusion, watchfulness is not just a spiritual discipline, it's a way of life. It requires diligence, prayer, and unwavering faith. By standing strong and staying vigilant, we not only protect ourselves from the enemy, but also guide those we influence, our children and our family, toward a closer walk with Jesus. That you consider the Renew Me Bible reading plan. And you can also get the Renew Your Mind and Time journaling workbook, which will be so helpful for you. So thank you for watching.